Here's how you can create a consistent draw by adding a little bit of hand depth to the top of your backswing. So during this lesson, we were talking about the top of the backswing positioning here and what that club face angle was doing when it was coming down to hit the golf ball in order for us to try to hit more of a draw. So if we first reference the end of that handle there, we can see that it's basically cutting through the middle part of a shoe there. Versus when we take a look at the top of the backswing position for this particular one, we can see that it's more beyond the heels or more closer to the heels. That right shot was creating more of a draw than that left shot. And so for this particular player, we actually just talked about the wrist angles and how that's going to create a better club face angle. And because of his understanding of what we actually need to do to create a draw, he instinctively shifted his path more out towards the right by keeping his hands working more in the downswing. So as he transitions down in this top video here, we can see at lead arm parallel that the butt end of his club is outside of the toe line, versus when he draws it, it's actually on the toe line. And another good visual representation of why he's able to create more of a draw is this club face angle. We can see that the direction of these grooves here are pointing more in this direction here, whereas the left side video is pointing more horizontally. And so both of these golf swings can work. This particular one on the left will create a left to right shot shape, and that's totally fine. But this one on the right, we need to have some sort of a way to create more of a draw, especially if we get to a point where we're starting to overfade it too much. And so now we compare where the club head is in relation to the hands when the club becomes parallel to the ground. Now we can see that on this left-hand side video, the club head is aligned with the hands. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that at all. But if you're wanting to create more of a draw pattern, then having that club head on the inside of the hands at this point in the golf swing would be a super important element to look out for to make sure that you're creating a better positioning to create the desired ball flight. And so on that right hand video, we were trying to sling hook at about 20 meters. And so that's why it's so far inside the hands there. If we're talking for like a stock standard draw, I would probably like to see that halved. So if we could get that club head somewhere in the middle between the hands and where that club head is in that position there. And in this position, after we've hit the golf ball, you can see for the draw, we have quite a bit more space in regards to where the hands are in relation to, let's say, the belt buckle. And that's just because the hands have exited more outwards, so more in to out, rather than out to inwards. And so your typical slicer in this position in the golf swing wouldn't see that much space in between the hands and the belt buckle because their club and their hands are working more across their body, more towards the inside or more inwards in relation to them. And so it's important to understand what certain elements of the golf swing that you're looking for in order to create a better ball flight. And if you've enjoyed this type of analysis and you want this analysis of your golf swing, just hit the link below. And because you've clicked on this video here, you're probably going to enjoy this one here as well.